Hi, my name's Lavonda, and I just wanted to take a second and thank you for stopping by our Poshertunity, as I'm calling it, night. Um, but I've been with Posh for about 19 months now, and it's definitely been one of the best decisions I ever made. I joined completely 100% on a whim. I met my sponsor Jennifer at a vendor event where she was with her previous direct sales company, and I was with mine. We had friended each other on Facebook. A little chit chat here and there, but nothing too serious. But she joined Posh and then invited me to her customer group. And I never really paid too much attention, but every now and then I would see things pop up in my news feed. And one day she had this picture of herself and wearing a mud mask called the stripper. And that definitely got my attention. I was like, what in the world? And I thought she was so brave for posting a picture of herself with a mud mask on Facebook. So I took a little closer look and I started chatting with her and I was like, well, can you send me your link? I want to take a look at this. I'm definitely kind of intrigued. And she sent me her website and I thought everything was beautiful and I started adding up things that I wanted to try. I was getting ready to turn 30 and I thought it was a really good time to start taking some better care of my skin. So I made a little wish list and it was about $60 worth. Having done direct sales before, I know the starter kit is usually your best deal. So I looked at the starter kit. Most of the things I wanted to try were in it. So I said something to my husband. I was like, look, what would you do? Would you spend $60 on these products just to try them out? Or would you just go ahead and spend the extra 40, get the starter kit, have two of everything, because at the time it was a double kit. Have two of everything if you really, really love it, and the opportunity to make your money back. I figured starting out at 20% commission, if I sold $500 worth, then 20% of that's $100. I got my starter kit money back. Awesome. If I didn't, oh well, I was going to order the products anyway. And my husband, being the awesome, supportive man he is, said, whatever you want to do, babe. So I ordered the starter kit. I didn't really do too much with it my first couple weeks because I was still, like I said, very busy with my other direct sales business. But after trying all the products, so I cleared everything out of my bathroom. I wanted to give Posh an honest review, and I figured I couldn't really compare it to other things I was using if I was still using them. So I cleared everything out of my bathroom and only put the items from Posh that were my starter kit in. And then for Christmas that year, I joined on December 1st. So for Christmas that year, my husband said, give me your list. What do you want? Like he does every year. If I don't give him a list, then he has no idea where to start. So I just gave him a list of Posh things, and he said, okay, order it. So I got myself all Posh things for Christmas, and I was just hooked. I was absolutely in love. My skin wasn't necessarily bad in the points where you think, oh, I get a lot of breakouts or uneven skin tones, things like that. Just I have really, really dry skin, and it was always itchy, and it would flake on my face, which is horribly embarrassing, especially being that time of year, December, when it's cold out. It was always worse. But within 2 or 3 days of using the Posh products, my BFF face wash and the night and day moisturizing cream that came in my kit, that was no longer an issue, and it hasn't been in this whole time. And I was using multiple brands, anything that said extra moisturizing, and I was still having to apply things 2 or 3 times a day and carrying around in my purse and put it on before I went in the store or do a mirror check before I left the house, and it was just awful. So I'm really glad that cleared up for me, and for that I just knew that even whether or not I stayed a Posh consultant or not, I was a customer for life, and at least Jennifer would have me a customer if she didn't have me as a team member. Um, but so I decided, well, this stuff is really good. I'll give it an honest go. And I started recruiting and building a team and networking, and everything just kind of snowballed. And so now I'm a silver premier. Right now, my company is sitting at 464 awesome ladies out pampering, which is amazing, above and beyond anything I thought was going to happen when I took that $99 kit and checked it out. I just figured, nah, okay, sure, we'll see what happens. So I'm absolutely floored. It's given me opportunities that I wouldn't have had otherwise. Back in February, I got to go to leadership in San Diego. That was a lot of fun. I've never left my family. It was my first night away home from both the kids, and my husband and them had a good time, but I had a really, really great time. It was nice to be away and kind of recharge the batteries a little bit, learn about the business, and I got to go to Tiffany's, this really cool celebration, and I got this beautiful silver bracelet. So I'll always remember that trip. It was awesome. And I get to go to Atlanta in July. Again, another quick trip away from the family that I'm really looking forward to. So I can't wait to see what other opportunities, this business opens for me and where else I get to go. It's been a lot of fun. one thing that I learned in Atlanta, I knew that this company was different. I've done a couple direct sales in the past. You hear statements from the CEOs, you see, things put out by the president or whatever, but you never really hear personally from the leadership. And I love, love, love how hands-on our founders and our leaders are. An example I'll give you: when I went to San Diego, the first night we had a not so talented night. Well, our president, Andrew, after everyone was finished, Andrew said, okay, so for my talent tonight, I'm going to go around this room and I'm going to tell you everyone's names and the city and state that they're from. And I was sitting next to one of my friends, Amy, and we kind of looked at each other and we're like, is he serious? What? I mean, I know for me, it was my first Posh event like that, so the first time he had ever been around me, and the same for Amy. So, and there were 92 of us there, I will say, and he did. He walked around and named every single one of us and the cities and states that they're from, and it was a little bit creepy, I won't lie, but I was completely floored at the level of dedication that they put into, the consultants in this company, and how personal they are with them, and it's just amazing. If you ever get the chance to hear Ann or Andrew speak, definitely go. They will just leave you floored. They're both amazing speakers, and that's another thing that I think really touches a lot of people with this company. You see them; they're the face of the company. They're involved. They're here. But they're not, dictators. They give us so much freedom in how we run our businesses. So I love that. You'll have a lot of opportunities here, but you'll have the business to run your business the way that you want to. We don't have a lot of strict rules and regulations. We do have some policies and procedures, but there's not a lot of limits on it. You are free to be yourself. And so that's awesome, because for every single consultant, there's a little bit of a different style in how they run their business, and that's great. I feel like, oh my gosh, but I don't know how to start a business. That's okay too. We have an awesome training academy. It's a little short video every day for your first 30 days. You can go back and watch them however many times you want to, but it'll teach you things about the business. It'll give you tips and tricks. You've got your uplines to reach out to. You've got your team page to reach out to. Nobody's going to leave you out there on your own. You're going to have a lot of support with you. We'll help you along the way. But that's me. I just wanted to introduce myself and tell you a little bit about my story. Feel free to introduce yourself too. We'd love to see who's here. And thank you guys for coming. Have a great night.